Hi Cancer, this is your reading for the full moon on August 26th to the new moon on September 9. That's the full moon in Pisces to the new moon in Virgo. So I'd like to ask you right now just to put aside anything that you're doing so that you're not multitasking and you're putting all your attention right here to get the most out of the messages that come through. As I shuffle, I'd like you to, I'd like for you to make a connection to your higher self and to your guides, and ask them to make a connection to my higher self and my guides, so that we can create a feedback loop of information for you to get the most out of this reading, for very relevant information to come through specifically for you. Cancer. Cancer. At the heart of your reading, you have the Eight of Wands in the reverse position, crossed by the Three of Cups. Now that first says to me that perhaps that you have been in a dynamic with someone or a group of people where communication hasn't been clear, where information is not being passed across in a timely way that helps you to keep things flowing in a way and move things forward. So perhaps there's been some delays with communication relating to a work project, perhaps a team project. You have the Eight of Pentacles here as well, in the position of extended from you as well. So that could indicate again that there's some delays in information, or some slow information is being passed across slowly, or not in a clear and timely way, and that's perhaps affecting a work project that's unfolding. Perhaps there's delays as a result to the work project, perhaps not getting finished on time. It's interesting that you have two eights here, both in the reverse position. You also have two pages in the spread. Sorry, three. You have 3 pages in the spread. 2 of them are upright and 1 of them is reversed. And again, in the reverse position, you have the Page of Swords. So that also kind of confirms that there has been a delay to information being passed across, that perhaps people are not being timely in sharing information or in communicating with you in a way that helps you move forward with the project that you're working on. You also have the Five of Swords here in the spread. That could also mean that perhaps not only are there delays to communication, but perhaps there's some kind of arguing, whether that's out in the open, or perhaps people are, maybe people are stonewalling. Maybe there's some no communication going on, and that's also contributing to the delay in the situation, or a delay in the work project being able to be completed on time. The Five of Swords there is backed by the Devil in reverse, so that also kind of helps affirm for me that that the communication that's happening is in a non-verbal way, and perhaps there's people withholding information, and that's not helping the situation move forward, and it's kind of contributing to delays and a feeling of restriction. At the foundation of the reading, in the unconscious mind, you have the Knight of Wands. And at the crowning card, you have the Two of Wands in the reverse position. This suggests to me that, yeah, perhaps there, yeah, like I said, there's a work project going on that there's some delays. But there is, the beginning has already been made and you're already in the process. It's not something that hasn't been started yet. This is something that's already been in play for some time. And there's enthusiasm for the project. But as I said, some minor delays and some issues around communication that's causing a little bit of frustration. And perhaps there are members in the team maybe that are acting out a little bit. Perhaps there's some immaturity and some stonewalling going on where there's certain individuals in the team that are not willing to communicate for whatever reason. Perhaps there's a bit of stubbornness in certain individuals wanting things to go their way and not necessarily wanting to find a solution that suits the whole team. They don't want to compromise. But I see here in the outcome position the Page of Wands with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So the feeling here is that eventually the energy is going to shift and things will move forward in a way with a fresh, renewed sense of positivity and action moving forward. So if there is some delays happening, if there is some stagnation or some lack of forward motion, that will end very soon, if not within this 2-week period that we're talking about. And if there has been someone who is perhaps causing the delay, I think whatever is going on for them personally will shift so that the energy for the group will also shift. And I see that there is more positive energy moving forward as the dam opens, let's say. So there has been some hindrances, perhaps. There has been some delays in information, delays in communication, information not getting through to the right people so that they can complete the tasks that are on their table. There has been a feeling of like holding back, or someone's holding their ground. Perhaps two individuals. I'm getting the sense here that there's two people in the team that may be specifically having being at odds with each other, and that's affecting a lot of other people around. But as I said, that energy will shift as you have in the outcome position the Page of Wands with the Ace of Cups. So it seems like there's a resolution. It seems like if there has been some stonewalling or some kind of conflict, if there has been someone withholding their energy or withholding information in a way, whether that's somehow, maybe someone's attempting to undermine another person in the team, maybe there's some competitiveness, perhaps there's a little bit of immaturity with, wanting to feel more control or more power in the situation within the group. I definitely see that shifts out over the course of this period that we're talking about, and a fresh start is available, and a new beginning where action is happening and the energy moves forward again. You have also the Ace of Swords in the outcome position as well, so 2 aces there. Really nice. Fresh start, a new beginning, a new phase of an existing process or an existing project, where after some stagnation or difficulty or blockage or lack of communication, there is forward movement again with a renewed sense of vigor and passion and contentedness and joyfulness for the project, and energy is fresh again. See if there's anything else here. At the bottom of the deck you have the High Priestess in reverse, along with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse and the 3 of Wands. So again, I would say it kind of confirms a little bit here that it feels like there is someone in the group who is playing a little bit of a power game and wants to have more authority than perhaps they are actually justified in carrying. And because they are playing out their insecurities and trying to control the group, it's causing everyone to feel a little stuck and have to experience some delays in their own work going forward. But again, I see that shifting, and I feel like It may be that that energy has a purpose, and we'll have a look in the higher octave reading if there's a explanation for what that's about. But it feels like it may look like on the outside someone's playing games and someone's having a little power trip, but I think the net result is that whatever it is that they were holding back on, now there's more clarity on it, and it will feel like it wasn't for nothing. I get the sense here that it may have been inconvenient for you and for perhaps other members of your team, maybe work colleagues that are on your project. But I have the feeling here that it's not for nothing, and that it may have been inconvenient, but that it seems to be, now that more information is coming to light and communication is flowing again, that there will be greater understanding of what that was about, and any tension or any unresolved irritability or whatever will be resolved when the information finally does come to light, and people will understand why there was that weird glitch for a minute. Yeah, the energy is definitely shifting over the course of that period of time, and more clarity, more renewed vigor and fresh energy for the situation, for the project, for the relationship, for the team, whatever it is specific to your situation. And as I said, if someone had been holding their cards close to their chest and it maybe looked like they were having a power trip moment, it will become evident, and whatever information they were holding will be revealed soon enough, and it will become very clear that they were keeping that information quiet for a very good reason. It will benefit you in the end, even if it may seem a little bit inconvenient right now. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here. I think I covered everything there. So I'm going to go ahead now and take the Voyager deck and do the spread for the higher octave reading, which will give us a little bit more insight on as to why. This spread here kind of talks about what it is that's going on in the mundane world, and the Voyager deck will give us a little more insight into the spiritual karmic energy at play and what lessons are being unfolded for you. So again, just take a few deep breaths while I shuffle, clear your mind, and send your energy this way. Okay. So there's quite a few cards here that give me a sense of, again, there is a lot of lessons being learned about how to collaborate and how to work with a team of people. It seems like that's the theme for you, Cancer, at the moment. So if you're interested to know what this reading has to say, click through in the description box. You'll find the link for the higher octave reading for Cancer for the period from August 26 till September 9. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.